Phyllis. You guys know I am doing so much better and I am ready to get to this info. Hopefully we can make this short and sweet. I am putting my email. Anyone listening to this that knows we have some important information we're going to be going over. It will be tomorrow. You need to hit my email today and put I'm in the comment so that I know to add you to the group. And then I will send a confirmation of the time. So make sure that you are sending in there again. You guys will be able to get that information. All right. I see that Dojo was here. Peace, brother. I know you probably came in yesterday or either early today. I rescheduled this twice, unfortunately. Had a lot going on yesterday. I couldn't even do my show. I had to do a recording on my show yesterday. So, yeah, basically, let's get to this info. Hold on a minute. Please, a little something. Wow, I'm doing so. Let's see. Waiting on the family, everybody over there with AP. They love to get caught up in listening to this, that, and the other. So we're going to get to the info right quick, and then maybe I'll have a chance to join them and spit some of my facts. I'm going to play the law of vibration for you guys real quick. I think it's very important
information
video.
You're dealing with is past.
Let's get this up and running so that I can get right to it, and then we will go from there. All right.
The human concept, and the human concept is conducive to the law of polarity. So you're dealing with that middle point. And as I explained that, let's go to the next one. Polarity. Did we do vibration? We did. What was it before that? Rhythm? Correspondence? My reading glasses. Yes, so correspondence was 2, which we did. We did vibration, the movement. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Like I said, what they're talking about is as the movement, we say constant change. Vibration is, is also called spirit. So everything has a spirit or a movement or a vibration. Everything is constantly moving, constantly changing. Everything is constantly in a state of evolution. So the story of Moses, when he comes down off the hill, it says, everybody wants to say he's Egyptian and they went to their old ways and started worshiping Horus. But the real metaphysics of that story, the real occult to that story is that calf was representing the age of Taurus, and they were going into the age of Aries. So that's why they would stand and blow this horn. So the new age presents new characteristics in your spirit, in your change, and your humanity should be conducive to that new change. You understand? Otherwise, you will die. So he said, those of you who want to stay out there with the calf, stay down there and you will die. So what he was really saying is those of you who want to stay in the same mentality of that age will die. So the Egyptians were trying to tell you through the law of vibration that you have to change with the times, nigga, or you will die. We are now, y'all need to understand, we have shifted into a new time. And y'all still got the same fucking dialogue. Y'all niggas about to die with that shit. Y'all think I'm fucking playing? Nigga, I am not playing. Y'all niggas can kiss your black asses goodbye. Be prepared to do it again. because you are holding on to something that's old. And when you do shit like that, you're not cultivating spirituality or evolution. You're cultivating the ego. Even the fucking ego must evolve, because the ego is only mimicking something bigger, and that's the law of vibration in this case, which is it changes and it says anything. So you learn some new shit about spirituality, the ego is right there, and it's going to change with you. So the ego is telling you church was the greatest, and you're the greatest Christian ever. And there's no Christian that could out-Christian you. Then you become conscious and find it. The ego doesn't say, oh, shit, man. Damn, you busted me, because you're conscious. It just now tells you a different story or a different narrative, which is fantasy, about your spirituality. Everyone who's a Christian isn't alive, and you're only alive in the conscious people of the truth. Somebody was telling me one time, you change your name to Mayada Patah, you have stepped into this realm of divinity. I said, I can introduce you to fucking 75 old shoes right fucking now on my Facebook page, bitch. Knock it off. That old narrative is what keeps you locked down. We have moved into this new golden age. That's what all this COVID shit is about. This was that moment. It doesn't come night and day. It moves like this, and it started moving for a while, clearly. We first understand the old age, the age of Taurus. Well, you were born, and you were here. Each of these ages are over 2,500 years. 12 of them together is 25,000. The Egyptians called it a great year. I'm rounding it off, 25,000. There's 2,500, 25,000 or something now. And it's 2,500 that you go to these ages, these houses, these aeons. So they've been talking pretty much since you've been here. We're moving. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. Oh, he will. By a group called Fifth Dimension. As Mars said, Fifth Dimension from the fourth floor, from the fifth floor. Brother man from the fifth floor. Fifth Dimension. So there's this idea that when we go into this next age, coming out of Pisces, the age of belief, we go into the age of knowing, which is the age of Aquarius. The man with the vase who's cleaning away all the bullshit. So white folks who understood our shit and understood that they must enact white supremacy. Because we talk about white supremacy, but that same action network to get it done, they got a 1% together, and they had all these names, the Illuminati, the this group, the Skull and Bones, the this and that, the this and that. But those are the organizations that got together and enacted war effort against you. And all you do is complain, talk about, and decode their war effort. But never as a way of, once they understand it, somehow they're going to go easy on you. Oh, that's what we're doing? You know that, slavery took this to us too. You don't know that. Fuck out of here.
They black.
They know
they black.
They black. So when 9/11 hit, as I'm walking around New York, you should have seen white people's faces. Each one of them, and it was overwhelming, looked like they know they got this coming. That was an overwhelming look on their faces.
For sure. So even the dead, day-to-day white people that we tend to let off the hook, they know this shit wrong. They just saying, well, I didn't do it. Because there's a way for them not to do anything about it. Those white people out there, don't get souped up with Black Lives Matter.
Those are agents because they want to make this movement into the new civil rights, which it is. And I'm going to tell you how and why and what's going on. So let's just keep going with this because I want to put this out of the way and move on to some of the things that have been coming through, I imagine. So, for principle of polarity, everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has a pair of opposites. Oh, I have a lecture where I based upon the law of vibration. I think that's what it's called. Where I went into the more of the science on it. I'm going through it. Like, you have for the principle of polarity, everything's dual, everything has poles, everything has a pair of opposites. This pause right there. Everything has a pair of opposites. So if you're Kemetic scholars, the wisdom of Tahuti makes a flat fact statement. Everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. That's a flat fact from the principle of polarity. And if that is a flat fact, somebody explain to me, what are you doing if you're debating? What are you doing? I would like to know. What is this ancient thing you think you're doing to get down to some information so black people know what to do?
Black.
Because we have this contradiction. No matter if this contradiction is bringing one group of black people light and another group of black people light, as long as they're finding light, remember, we all came here for different reasons. There's never been this idea for black people that we all are doing the same fucking thing until a government agent called Martin Luther King told you that's who we are and what we're doing. Now you got conscious niggas with the same fucking mentality telling you we all need to be this or we all need to be Nubian, we all need to be Moors, we all need to read this, we all shouldn't read Baphomet, we all shouldn't do that, this nigga's a fraud, that nigga's a fraud, and then they back this up with arguments. Damn, that nigga was right. Damn, that nigga was right. But then some of these niggas are arguing pro-Egyptian philosophy, science, and situation. When the Egyptian itself said, everything is dual. So meaning whatever thing you could bring up, because everything is dual, there's always an argument. Always another side to the coin. That's the nature,
the opposing force
of polarity.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always the
mirror
means and grounds for debate, which says no matter what I say or what you say, if you choose to argue it,
you choose
someone
to
will emerge to argue it.
That's right.
Therefore, Brother Panic, the advanced occultist, understands and reflects that in his teaching that arguments are a waste of nigger time.
Waste of mother effing time.
At the same time as that's happening, there are other people that don't even realize that they have the power to change entire environments because the sun has been activating your DNA. It's been giving you a lot of downloads. It's been doing a lot of activations on you. This black sun, we call it the black sun. Let me tell you why we call it the black sun. Because if you know anything about darkness and us, we're technically what we call the light beings. Okay?
Just know that. All right. We got a small audience. You know everybody over there to hear the nonsense and the jive talk. We ain't gonna say where, but we know what it is. And you know, I can't do all that right now. I'm trying to get to what's going on. I actually just wanted to get this video together because we are like ready, guys. I am so excited this morning. Even though I've been sick last week, I've been doing like so much research. I've been taking so many phone calls. I've been getting in Zoom meetings. I've been added to groups. I've been receiving emails with information and documents and so on and so forth. And when I say it is more than an exciting time, that's the most I can say. It is more than exciting right now. So my people. Tomorrow, I will be sending an email out. If you guys notice, I put in the chat my email for anyone that is not within my email group. And this is the comment to add so that I know to add you into the private call. We will be doing a call and going over some very, very important, pertinent information, some inquiries, things we've been talking about. So just so you guys are aware, I'm not going to be wasting time. I'm not going to double back. I'm not going to do any of that type of stuff. Whoever want to, do what they want to do, go right ahead. Feel free to do so. But at this point, your girl is moving on. So everything from this point on mostly will be in the private. I will still make sure to bring certain information. Obviously, I won't stop that. But certain things will be done in the private as far as like our private group. So just so you guys know, at this point in time, we can't waste a lot of time. There's like really not a lot of time, even though people think that it's so frivolous to use it, to abuse it, and to, I guess, make the use of it that's not relevant to advancing anybody. So we're not going to do that. We're going to get right to advancing ourselves, making sure we're secure with ourselves and our families, our children, and futures. And that's it. Let me take a sip, guys. Give me a second. I'm going to get started. Throat's a little scratchy, but not too bad. So give me one moment. Miss Morrisselle, Grandis, sis. Peace, babe. Yes, sis. Yes, that galactic. Let me put that up there again. Let me just read it as well. Yes, sis. The sis said the primordial cosmic galactic chaos energy. Yes, sis. Brother Panic spit that, didn't he? So much arguing, debating, all of that stuff is what? A waste of what? Time? Something we don't have. We got to really be, man, studious with knowing what to pay attention to. Let's just say that part, okay? Okay, let's go. The Kyaikhtiyo Pagoda is also called the Golden Rock. The Golden Rock is one of Burma's most sacred Buddhist sites. Y'all know where this going. What is talking about? A Buddhist site, so y'all know where we going. A massive boulder that sits on the edge of a cliff with a pagoda on the top of it, enshrining a hair of the Buddha, is an important pilgrimage site for the Burmese Buddhists. This rock, they say, is held by the hair of a Buddhist, one single hair strand. It was blessed. The king had it. It was a treasure. They actually used it. This story gets phenomenal if you guys have never heard it. When it comes to that and thinking the power and the energy within the ether, right? Could you believe that? Could it be a magic trick? A magic of the ether? Come on, guys. Let's use our mind and spirits. Okay. A massive boulder on the edge sits with the Buddhist on the top of it, enshrining a hair of the Buddha is an important pilgrimage, right? And when it comes to the pilgrimage, I probably should pull that up for you guys because I want people to get what the pilgrimage is. Yeah, this is going to be a little interesting. I don't want to be too long, but I definitely want you guys to get this for real. Pilgrimage, Buddhist temple. And they are, it has something to do with something like the shrine or, I don't want to say it incorrectly, so let me get it pulled up. Hold on. All right. Okay, I'm just going to put what is a pilgrimage in the Buddhist temple. Okay. What is a pilgrimage? Let's see. In religion, now check this out, guys, because I want to get a little bit into this. Not right now, but I want you to know what the pilgrimage is. In religion and spirituality, a pilgrimage is a long journey or search of great moral significance. Sometimes it is a journey to a sacred place or to a shrine of importance to a person's beliefs and their faith. And just to remind you guys, if you can remember when talking about the Tirthankara, the pilgrimage is the passage, the fordable passageway across the sea of the interminable birth and death. Remember? Okay, just keep that in mind. I'm going to go back over that a little bit just so you guys can get it. Yes, they can, sis. You're right. The biggest, sister said, the biggest lie is we are all the same and we're not. Period. Period, says facts. Period. We are not all the same. Like, there's so many differences, Try to blend and, things with people. Sometimes you got to know they're just not for your frequency. And it won't fit if it's the wrong frequency. Okay, let's finish. The huge golden rock in the mountains of northeast on Yangon, hanging over a steep cliff, provides for an amazing sight. The rock that appears to be gold is actually a granite boulder that is covered with gold leaf. They apply the gold leaf to the rock, the Buddhist devotees. And mind you, it's only the men. They don't allow the women to touch the rock, guys. I think it may get into that. We'll see. The boulder is about 7.5 meters high and has a golden pagoda that's called the Kyaikhtiyo Pagoda. The pagoda is the actual structure here, if you guys can see it. Let me try to zoom in for a second. This is the pagoda. Actually, you'll see them on the a lot of times on when it comes to anything that the Buddhists is doing. When it comes to any of the shrines or the temples, they always have them, so on and so forth. So, okay. So the pagoda, the pagoda is on top of it, where the Buddha's hair relic is enshrined. So his hair is enshrined in the pagoda. The rock balances on the edge of a cliff, and it appears like it can fall down in the valley below it at any moment. You see how it sits on the edge? It's like so freaking beautiful. But look, they just sitting there and have all the faith, but it's been there for like thousands of years or whatever. So, like, I guess they know it's stable, right? And it looks like it can fall right to the valley. The boulder seems to hover over the ground, and the contact area is very small. The place of worship for thousands of years, right? 2,600 years to be exact, as it says. Around the pagoda is an atmosphere of devotion with the burning candles. It looks so beautiful. The chanting of devotees, the smell of incense sticks, and the offerings being made in the shrine. It is said that this place has been a Buddhist place of worship for 2,600 years. The golden rock with the Kyaikhtiyo pagoda is one of the most important places for the pilgrimage. We're going to get into that again, as I said. For the Buddhists in Burma, every day many people come to the rock and pay their respect. Devotee pilgrims apply gold leaf to the rock. Only men can do this, as women are not allowed to touch the rock. Since this is a sacred place, at the main entrance, you have to take off your shoes and socks and walk barefoot to the golden rock. Two large lions are Chintan's guard and the entrance to the temple grounds. After dark, the Golden Rock is a place with a mystical atmosphere. With all the candlelights and the smaller burning incense sticks, the complex consists of several viewing platforms. A number of pagoda shrines containing Buddha images and shrines for gnats and Burma spirits. There are also a few restaurants and guest houses where people can actually, you know. So you can see they're up here on the rock now. You see all this gold. Look at all the gold on there. They continuously apply gold leaf to this rock. So you would think this was solid gold, but literally it's all of the gold leaf that's been applied. If you chipped off a piece, that's like a significant amount of gold. So they have a lot of gold sitting on top of this thing. If you guys notice that, it's beautiful though. And the pagoda up here, they've also encased the pagoda with the gold leaf. So it looks like phenomenal. All right, let's get to it. I'm gonna finish this up soon. Show you guys a couple other things. Legend of the Golden Rock. Legend tells us that the Buddha visited the area to have the hair relic to to a hermit. The hermit went to see the king, and he requested him to enshrine the relic in a boulder in the shape of the hermit's head. So this is why the boulder is supposedly shaped like a hermit's head. This is the story here. The king who possessed magical powers, listen to this, the king, now you know, if he was a king, he was melanated as well during that time. We're talking about over 4,000 years ago. Found a suitable stone on the bottom of the sea and brought it over to Kyaikto, where it was placed in its current location. So he brought it there, that's boulder, and that's a huge boulder. So for somebody to put this boulder, you look how it's sitting. Can you believe in that magical story? Look how this boulder is sitting on the edge right there. Someone would seemingly had to have placed that there, right? Do you think it could magically have rolled down somewhere and found itself to stop right there? This is like the powers and the energy that we possess. These are the things I talk to you guys about that you just made me think is fantastical. It's comic book stuff. But this is real. You have to really. I'm going to zoom in on this just so you guys can see. You see the boulder itself. This is squared off here, and it's squared off here, somewhat like in an L shape, right? It's circular on the edges, though, right? But it's amazing that the rock fell. It's sitting on an angle, and if you can see, it is completely a flat angle, and it's stopped, and it's sitting on the edge. Now, with the gravity of any normal, and then it being so high, look how high it is. Look, it's over everything in the whole entire valley. To reach the heights and to be able to sit right here. You guys see this, right? You see how it's sitting? I just want you to really see it. Yeah, that would have to be a natural phenomenon that's like completely out of this world. So if you, not that it couldn't happen, but to say that it did, I don't know if I could believe that. So me believing and listening to the story of the magical powers of this king and him going into the sea and actually bringing the rock and placing it there and encasing it, you see the pagodas on top of it. So if someone went and built this pagoda with this rock sitting on the edge, you think that would be pretty dangerous, right? You think that if the rock is already sitting on the very edge of something, right? And then someone starts to construct something on top of the rock, right? That may be a kind of impossible feat for that not to fall. That just wouldn't make sense to me. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So it is said that he found it a suitable stone. The stone came from the bottom of the sea, and he brought it to the Kyaikto, where it was placed in that location. Okay, and then it says that it is said that the Buddha's hair enshrined in the pagoda, which is at the top of the boulder, prevents the rock from crashing down. The magic that he used, the hair from the Buddha, the TIRTHANKARA. They're saying the Buddha is a TIRTHANKARA. That's what the Buddhas are as well. It is said they haven't reached that exact height, so I can't really say that, but they're in the same area. So it's said that prevents it from sliding down, which is it's sitting on that angle, as you see. Thinking about any type of natural earth, a little small shaking or vibration or frequency in the air, the earth shaking, that mountain moving, anything of that sort would knock that thing down off the edge. According to the legend, the boat that was used to transport the boulder turned into stone. They said the boat turned into stone. A large boulder close to the rock, somewhat resembling the shape of a boat, has another stupa on top of it named the Kyaikhtiyo Pagoda. I haven't pulled that up, guys, to verify or look at it, but you can look that up if you choose. All right. So I'm going to stop this. I'm going to show you another little bit of information here. Whoever comes in, let's see. All right, here we go. Now we're going to get to the original Black Buddha, the TIRTHANKARAs. As you guys know, it's like my favorite informational piece right here. So, the TIRTHANKARA. I'm going to read this again for anyone that's not very familiar, not the entire information, but I want you guys to see the Buddhas from the TIRTHANKARA. In Jainism, the Tirthankara, and I'm going to go over pilgrimage, I haven't forgot. In Jainism, a Tirthankara, the saint with the Tirthankara, which is literally a forward maker. So the Tirthankara is the one who creates the passageway from death to life. And this is what a forward is, this shallow passageway. So when it comes to the Tirthankara, they're considered a forward maker, which allows the thin, shallow passageway from death to life, life to death. You know, being able to um, leave the physical and transcend into the spiritual, leaving the spiritual into the death of the body and coming, coming back there. So that is what the actual action is of the forward maker. The word Tirthankara signifies the founder of the Tirtha. The Tirtha is the fordable passageway. Let's go into a little more definition for you guys so you can get that. And the halls are always so beautiful, like really. In Jainism, the Tirtha is used to refer both to the pilgrimage site. Remember, I told you we were going to get back to that. To the pilgrimage site as well as to the four sections of the Sangha. A Tirtha provides the inspiration to enable one to cross over from worldly engagement to the side of the moksha. That would be to the spiritual area or the spiritual realm, right? So this, which is the fordable passageway itself across the sea of interminable birth and death. The water, the fluid, the waters of life, the fluid of interminable birth and death. So the samsara, which is a transmigration in Jain philosophy, refers to the worldly life characterized by the continuous rebirth and reincarnation in various realms of existence, in different realms. I'm going to show you a picture in a minute, which will kind of explain that, giving you the aspect of how we are able to ascend by crossing over by the light generating energy that actually crosses the person over by getting to that certain density and the frequency that you can oscillate and bring forward your particular light energy that actually excels and explodes and gives the crystals within your pineal the energy to actually help you to ascend by actually extending certain chemicals that actually give you that protection, that aura. When also having your chakras aligned to get you to that space, you need to have a certain density and energy, a certain fluctuation, a certain frequency. There's like so much going on within the person, the physicalities. You need to learn to bypass the physicalities to even ever get to that particular area. So, according to James, a Tirthankara is an individual who has conquered the samsara, which is a cycle of death and rebirth on their own, and made a path for others to follow. This is what I do. I believe that, in showing people certain information, they're able to consider it, take it into effect, study that information, figure out what's going on, and kind of go from there. When a person is able to understand and use, grant access, and use their information to help another find a path or a passageway, breaking down those portals, as I tell you guys. When breaking down portals is so important to break down those barriers. There's no way to build on a proper foundation unless the old construction is demolished. So you have to break down those portals in the mind. You have to be able to openly get your mind to a place to deliver information so that it is clear. It's it's translucent. There's no questioning. You're not confused. I don't like to be confused. I don't like confusing information. Things of that nature kind of bother me. Okay. After understanding the true nature of the self or the soul, right, of a person, the Tirthankara attains the Kabbalah, okay, the Kabbalah jhana, which is an omniscience. Hold on, I'll read that in a minute, guys. Which is an omniscience. The Tirthankara provides a bridge for others to follow the new teacher from samsara to moksha, which is the liberation. I'm not able to do that. I have not reached that level of a full Tirthankara, but I am striving. shedding light, knocking down portals, demising mazes, distinguishing the information fact from truth, and providing the sources. These things actually help another person to bridge the gap, to actually have their own portable passageway where they're able to start to coincide the information and link it to have a brighter light, takes them themselves to that shallow area, creating more density. So we just got to keep that in mind. The TIRTHANKARA provides a bridge for others to follow. The new teacher from samsara to moksha, which is liberation. The Kabbalah Jana means the omni science in Jainism and is roughly translated as complete understanding or supreme wisdom. So, trying to bring a person, as I said, over to the understanding, to the understanding of wisdom, knowledge, having their mind able and being open to know how to actually operate in this realm and to help others and guide them. The will is so important. I should have brought this up the other day when I did the video, but neither here nor there. Anyone that saw it, you guys know we were talking about the will the other day, the cosmic will, and how these things are important. We talked about it with the 144 video, and keeping that in mind. So in Jain cosmology, the wheel of time is divided in two halves: the Atsarpini, or the ascending time cycle, which is the Atsarpini, and the Avarstarpini, which is the descending time cycle. The Atsarpini is the ascending, and the Avarstarpini is the descending time cycle, which is said to be currently now. In each half of the cosmic time cycle, exactly 24 Tirthankaras grace this part of the universe. So, do you know how they say there are 24 hours in a day? You know how they say there are 24 hours in a day? During the cosmic wheel of time, this is time. I always tell you guys time doesn't exist. There's no such thing as like time. There's only the present shit. There's only right now. I talk about history, the past, the things that have happened. These are by way of opening portals to disseminate lies. But in all actuality, like, there's no freaking time. Shit, time don't exist. It's the same today as it was yesterday, and today, tomorrow, and later. And like what? They'll tell you this is this time, that. It's only the present. The only thing that revolves is the cosmos, the stars, and the sun, and these different things. They don't actually affect the time. That's a whole another story. I keep saying I want to do a time video. I think I'm going to do that very, very, very soon. Anyway, so exactly 24 Tirthankaras grace this part of the universe. There have been an infinite number of Tirthankaras in the past time periods. The first Tirthankara in this present time cycled the Honda. I'm sorry, guys, I'm just moving my mouse. I do that sometimes. Honda Asarpini, that was the Rishvanatha, who is credited for formulating the formulating and organizing humans to live in a society harmoniously. Okay, so just so you can get anything. Excuse me, let me take another sip. Now that I start talking, my throat's starting to bother me again. I feel better still, though. I am awesome. Let's just speak that right to this stuff. Jain cosmology is the description of the shape and the function of the universe, which is the loka. And its constitutes, according to Jainism, Jain cosmology considers the universe as an uncreated entity that has existed since infinity, with neither the beginning nor the end. Who's with that? Right? We understand that energy never dies. If there's no time for it, if there's no start, no finish, it just was infinity. So I'm going to read that again. Jain cosmology is a description of the shape and the functioning of the universe, and it constitutes, according to the Jainism, Jain cosmology considers the universe as an uncreated entity. The universe is an uncreated entity. You cannot create energy. You cannot create the ether, right? It's like, come on, you got to think about that. Does it make sense? All right, guys. And then when it comes to the Atsarpini, come on, it's not opening up. Now it's going to go to it. Hmm. Atapini means something in Hinduism. So as we know, Hinduism is the fake Indians, right? Who knows that what who Hindustan and these people that have taken over our melanated other great nations history. They just stole their stuff, just stole their history, took over their lands, took over their spirituality, created a whole. Listen, this is crazy. So it means something in Hinduism, the Sanskrit, Jainism, the Prakrit. If you want to know the exact meaning of history, etymology, or the English translation of this term, then check out the description on this page and add a comment. Okay, let's see what some of the descriptions were. The general definition they have in Jainism. Atsarpini refers to one of the two divisions of time, right? They're saying the two divisions of time and space. The other being Asvarpini, according to the chapter in Asvarpini Karitra of the Hamakantra's 11th century. Trisasti Salaka Puru Sakaritra, Lord have mercy, lives on the 63 illustration person, a sacred epic poem narrating the history and the legends of the 63 important persons in Jainism. Let's see. Time is twofold. From the division into Asur and Utsurpini, there are 6 spokes of Asur, beginning with Ikin Ta Susama, which is pure bliss. Of these, Ikin Ta Susama lasts for 4 corals or corals of Sagaras. The Samsara, which is bliss, for 3. Okay, let's go down here and read the 6 spokes, the 12 spoke wheel of time. The wheel of time. This is what they try to build the clock off of, the wheel of time, which is actually something that's totally different than the time they try to make us follow. In the first spoke, they live for 16 years and are 1.5 foot high, filled with pure sorrow. In the second spoke, they live for 100 years and are 10.5 feet tall. In the third spoke, I hope they have a picture of this wheel. I really want you guys to see this. If not, I may pull it up after. In the third spoke, lacking former power, men live with a crore of purpose, which is 500 bowls tall. In the fourth spoke, and if you guys understand what they're talking about, you think of let's think of like even a bicycle wheel, and you know how like the little spokes on the wheel, these are the spokes that they're saying these different energies are on. So just pay attention to that part. These men live with one pala, and they are 2 miles tall, and eat every second day. In the fifth spoke, mortals live for 2 pilas, are 4 miles tall, and eat every third day. In the sixth spoke, human beings live for 3 pilas and are 6 miles tall and eat every fourth day. In the Asarpini, men must be known to be such as the Atsarpini in the 6 spokes in the reverse order. The Asarpini is a period of progressive prosperity and happiness where the time spans and ages are at an increasing scale. The wheel of time is divided into 2 half rotations. Asarpini or ascending time cycle as Aspertini and descending time cycle occurring continuously after each other during each such time cycle. These 63 illustration persons appear and they establish the religion and the order in society. Listen to that again. During each such time cycle, these 63 illustrious persons appear and they establish the religion and the order in society. According to Jain cosmology, since time is eternal, there's no such time. It's been, it is, it's present, you know. The infinite Kalakatras have elapsed and will occur in future and hence infinite sets of these 63 illustrated persons that have appeared and will appear to establish order and religion in their respective eras. Okay, here's the will. We're gonna show that again too. I'm gonna have to probably put a couple of these pictures up. Oh. Atapini The progressive half cycle refers to the second main part of the Kalakra, the time cycle. After the end of the Dusama half cycle of the Asapana cycle, a progressive half cycle called the Utsarpini will arise, just like the Atrapini. The Atrapini, too, will have 6 arakas in the reverse. So going the other way, as above, so below. That is, the first araka will be the Dasama, and the last, or the sixth will be the Sama Sama. I'm sorry, the Susama Susama. The first era, or Utsapini cycle, will be of 21,000 years, and which we've reached that point now. Keep that in mind. We've reached that, they call it the age of Aquarius, you know what's going on now, the age of enlightenment, so on and so forth. And the situation would be similar to the one in the sixth era of the Asarpini. The regressive half cycle, the only difference is that the Asarpini, the situation will progressively improve. Jainism is an Indian religion. Listen. Jainism is an Indian religion of Dharma whose doctrine revolves around harmless ahimsa, which is toward every living being, which is true. The two major, but where did they get this from? They could get it from the TIRTHANKARA, which were, at that time, the TIRTHANKARA were melanated beings. They're the ones that were this is where they get the Jesus Christ. Oh, he died on the cross, came back. It's the crossing over. He died on the cross, crossing over the fordable passageway. What's the crossover? The crossover was crossing over the fordable passageway into the spiritual realm. This is the life and the death and the rebirth. The two major branches of the Jainism stimulate self-control and the spiritual development through a path of peace for the soul to progress to the ultimate goal. So what is the ultimate goal? Obviously, the ultimate goal is for a person to ascend, Okay? I don't want you guys to see this. The ultimate goal is for a person to ascend, right? Okay. So you can see a little better here. If you guys didn't see the swastika, you see the swastika here? And this is another thing that they've taken from our particular spiritual information when it comes to a melanated being and use it for something else. But yeah, you can see it here. So I'm going to read this again. Jainism is a religion of Dharma. And they try to, when they say Indian, they're talking about the Hindustan, the Hindus. They have taken over being Indians. They say they're in India and they are Indians, right? Which we know is a lie. The two major branches, as we said, so discover the meaning of that, so on and so forth. I want you guys to see the picture too. Hold on, let me go back. Where is it? Let me go over. Nope, it's not. I don't know why. Let me see. Okay. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Oh, snap. Y'all done came in the building. What's up, sis? I was over there reading and going back and forth, guys. So you know how I ignored you guys. Greetings, sis. Greetings, greetings. Executive session. Peace, peace, brother. Peace. You already know. Bro, say the book. I just noticed you said that. That's so funny, bro. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I consider that as a very great compliment. You already know, all love, bro. All love. Y'all are everything as well. Okay, so boom, check it out. Now, I'm gonna dive into that real quick. Executive session. You wanna come up, bro? Hold on. I want to talk to you about that, the portable passageway. If you're not busy. So sometimes, guys, y'all know I do this all by myself. I do some hours by myself, but I love the conversation. I love to get the interactions of other people and the people to join in with me, what they're feeling. I want to see what you think about the affordable passageway, bro. If you have time, I don't know if we did. I'm gonna give you a second jump up here before I finish reading that. If you do have time, if not, we will move on. But I want to know what you think about that, bro. Let me know. Let me know what you think about that. Okay. All right. Oh, so the picture, yes. So I wanted to show you, so I can go to it real quick. So you guys see. You guys can see this is, oh, I hate when they do that. I don't know why they don't want you to see the whole picture sometimes, and it's like crazy. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Goodness. All right. Good. Okay, so these are the Tirthankaras. Everything we were talking about, the affordable passageway, moving, going over, the crossing over, all of that. You guys can see that the it's like, oh, how can I say? There's the pathways, right? So as you read, if you guys were listening, it was talking to you about the creating the density, and you see there are different colors. We've heard people talk about different alien beings. They were blue, red, gold. You guys see the colors, green, right? They're colors, right? When you actually ascend, I talked to you guys before about the when you're sun gazing. And when you can get the photic retinopathy, right? With the photic retinopathy, what it does is it allows certain lights to be seen that you've never seen, certain colors, certain frequencies. You're telepathically open to a certain spiritual realm, literally, basically. They call it an ailment, but shit, doesn't sound like an ailment. So when you're open to the photic retinopathy, right? You're able to see different colors or brighter, distinguish more colors. So when you're looking at this picture, right, it shows you that the spiritual journey of enlightenment is colorful. It shows you because even with darkness, in darkness there are like many multiple colors. People will think like, oh, the colors, but no, there are many multiple colors. Okay, there, I got it. So yeah, and you guys can see the different colors better here. Okay, see, this is the blue, this is the green, gold, the red. They all have the beads here, and signifying different things. To be honest, I don't know about that part. I'm not going to even speak on it. If you see him right here, you guys, this part reminds me of Aladdin. They all represent something different. I'm not going to get into all of that, guys. And this is why they have different symbols. They have different animals. I don't know if you guys can see all that. Okay. All right. See, they all represent something different. All right. Now let's go back. I want to show you the other one. Let's see. This is my favorite. You guys will see me with this one a lot. So you can see actually the Tirthankaras. I just want y'all to see that what the Tirthankaras are. You guys see that, right? I want you to see the whole picture first. Hold it. See it? Y'all see the afros? Same thing, the different same colors. So the Jainism, right, which came from the Buddhism with the Hindustains that called themselves the Indians, right? Because they're actually Indians in Asia. They were Indians in all the areas that they say were they have claimed these new lands and taken over, assumed the land, saying it's theirs, blah blah blah. But as you can see with the Tirthankaras, well, we almost under an hour. I knew I was gonna be able to do good today. Hey, shout out to you, girl. So the Tirthankaras, as you see, unless somebody has something to say, if you guys have questions or anything, I'll get into that. As you can see, and we know back in that time, right? We know back in that time, the Geronimo, Genghis Khan, that we have all these ancestors that were in the area that crossed over and were helping to create these lands over in Asia Minor. You guys got to go back and see the video on Tirthankara because it has all the information. I showed it. I brought the facts up, the paperwork, yeah, all the proof. I can't remember everything in every video that I do, but I know I remember providing all the proof to show you guys the connection. I brought the maps up showing the area. We brought up old documents, to solidify that for you guys. So looking at the Tirthankaras, let me just go down for you guys. So you can see they're all like, just check it out. Hold on one second, take a drink. So when you're thinking about the Tirthankaras, and you see this is the word, the Buddha. It came from the Buddha. The Buddha's, the symbology of everything they stand for is the same thing. They just changed the name from the TIRTHANKARA. Um, it's a little smaller again. Okay. Okay. Back, hold on. Now the computer doing something I ain't do, so hold on. Okay. Now, let's see. Going, dang, this thing went way down. Hold on. Too much. Going too high. Okay. All right. All right, that's what we got. Okay. After understanding the true nature of the self or the soul, the Tirthankara attains the Kabbalah jhana, which is the omni science, which is going through the different levels and phases. We just read that. We went over that information. If not, you have to go back. I'm not going to go through that again. But the Tirthankara provides a bridge for others to follow in the new teacher from the samsara to the moksha. The Jain cosmology wheel, we were going over that. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to show the wheel. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. Or is this just talking about, yeah, that's just talking about it. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted. I pulled up the wheel before. Where is the wheel? I thought it was on this page as well. Hold on, guys. No, I'm going to actually have to open up another page to pull it up. So hopefully it'll be, the picture will be down and we'll be able to go further into it. All right, and let's see. All right, let's get back to that. David, Grandis, David, thanks for coming in this morning, brother. Peace, peace. Okay, so the Thankaras are Aryans who, after attaining the Kabbalah, which is the pure infinite knowledge, preach the true Dharma, which is in Aryan, and is called the Jina, which is the victor. That is one who has conquered the inner enemies such as the anger. I'm still working on that. I get angry sometimes. I swear I get emotional. The anger, attachment, pride, and greed. I don't have attachment, I don't have pride, and I don't have greed, but I am working on anger. You have to recognize your weaknesses, and you have to know how to conquer these inner enemies, because they will conquer you if not. And I'm still working on that. Even though I'm strong in a lot of areas, I fall victim to my emotions a lot. A lot of it is because of a physical incident. And I know that, but I am able to control it. I just, haven't worked on it enough. I'll just say that. So I have to admit that as well. I fall, victim to just saying, I don't give a F. Like at this point in time, like I get in my emotions, but I can't do that. You can't advance yourself if you continue to fall for the same thing. So we have to make sure that we're not falling victim to these things that weaken us in nature and our spirit and so on and so forth, and does not allow us to grow. The attachment, the pride, and the greed are a lot of things that I'm seeing in a lot of people. You guys have to work on these things, because if not, it is going to be your demise. Trust and believe. And you are entirely free of the kashayas, which are your inner passions and your personal desires. As a result of this, the unlimited siddhas, or the spiritual powers, they are readily available to you, which they use exclusively for the spiritual elevation of the living beings through the darsana, the divine vision, the deshna, the divine speech. They also help in attaining the Kabbalah, the moksha, which is the final liberation to anyone seeking it sincerely. You have to really seek that with your heart. I think I missed something important. I did. Let me go back. I'm sorry. The Tirthankara teaching formed the basis for the Jain's canons. The canons are the law. The canon is the law. When we think about the law, oh, okay, let me not get saturated. So the canon law is a set of ordinances and regulations made by the ecclesiastical authority for the government of a Christian organization or church or its members. It is the internal ecclesiastical law of operational. Oh, I'm gonna have to read the whole thing too, guys, because we're gonna be getting into this law stuff too. So, oh, come on, let me just save it then. Come on, it's saved, and I want you to put. Oh, well, usually click on this. What's going on? Oh, I have to exit. It's not working. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but anyway, that it's the operating probabilities of the government of the Catholic Church, the Eastern Orthodox, the Oriental Orthodox churches. Remember, we read about that yesterday. They all have the canons, so on and so forth. So the inner knowledge, inner knowledge of the TIRTHANKARA is believed to be perfect and identical to every respect, and their teachings do not contradict one another. However, the degree of elaboration varies according to the spiritual advancement and purity of the society during their period of leadership. The higher the spiritual advancement and purity of mind of the society, the lower the elaboration that's required of the person. While the Tirthankaras are documented and governed by the Jains, their grace is said to be available to all living beings, regardless of the religious orientation. The Tirthankaras are the errands who, after attaining the Kavalajana, the pure infinite knowledge, preach the true Dharma. Okay, so we read that part. All right. And yeah, we just at an hour. Hey, I got time to show you guys a couple of pics, and we're gonna get out of here. Actually, I don't even need to do that. We saw a little bit of that information. I just wanted you guys to get this follow up to yesterday's information that I went over. Um, and wanted to make sure that I let you guys know that we will be doing our private group um, this week, possibly tomorrow. I really want to do it tomorrow. We need to do this tomorrow. It's very important. Some things I need to talk to you guys about and get to you. So what I want to do, make sure you guys send me an email. I put my email up there for anyone that has not sent it if they're interested. Make sure you guys send me an email. In the comments, you want to put add to meeting so that I know that you want to be a part of the meeting so that you'll get the link to join us. And also add your email. Send your email. I may be able to send you some information before we get the meeting started if I have time. If not, we'll do it during that time. But yeah, guys, make sure you're doing that. And peace, love, blessings, all perfect energy, guys. It's going to be a great day. All right. Till later.